Coming from Gabe, what is the reasoning behind the blood transfusion ban for JWs?
I meant to mention this actually earlier, and I wasn't even thinking about it. There's this bit in the Bible that says, it's in Leviticus, the Old Testament. It says, don't eat blood. And I'm thinking, it says eat. What does it actually mean? I went to like the interlinear translation or whatever it's called, where you can look at the actual word that was used and look at the different forms that it takes. Like, what does this word mean that they put in here? The word eat. What does it mean? Does it actually mean eat? Does it mean put into your body? Does it mean consume? What does it mean? The word actually means eat through your mouth and into your stomach. That is what it means. It's extremely specific in that verse. I forget how it's pronounced, the word now, but I did a video about it a while back. Anyways, it does not say anything about consuming it in any other way. It doesn't even imply any other forms of consumption. It's just specifically talking about eating animals that have been improperly bled. So it's built on sand, their whole bit, but that's what it's built on, is that verse in Leviticus. It's Old Testament, like the old laws. You know, don't put two seeds in the same hole. Don't wear cotton and linen blends. Don't lie with another man. Things like just all those old laws that were done away with after Jesus died. So take that for what you will. And if you think that those laws weren't done away with when Jesus died, then you should be following them. All 613 of them. You should be eating kosher diets and all of the other stuff. So anyway, there you go. That's Jehovah's Witnesses' explanation for their blood ban. It isn't just limited to like blood transfusions. It goes down to medicines that are produced using blood fractions and things like that. So there are like certain types of medicines Jehovah's Witnesses can't take. They're lightening up a little bit on that one, but still, people are dying every day. So take that for what you will.
Coming from Rubiest, have you ever had any bad dreams while you were still a witness about the religion?
Oh, yeah. Well, it depends on what you mean. I had these demonic nightmares, like a lot. It was probably once every few weeks to every couple of months, I would have these nightmares where demons were attacking me. They were coming after me and trying to kill me, and it was horrific. It was really terrible stuff because Jehovah's Witnesses are like really afraid of demons. So I had these nightmares about demons all the way up until I was 26, I think. And 26 years old was the very last one that I had. I started having the demonic dreams again where demons were attacking me and everything. And then I started to realize, remember, this is like 4 years into me having become an atheist, and I'm still having these nightmares. 26, I have another, and I got to thinking, like, wait a minute. This isn't real. This is not how the world works. Demons are not real. And I know they're not real. The next thing I know, I start seeing like microphones and video cameras like falling out from behind picture frames and mirrors and stuff. And the demons I came to realize in the dream were not demons. They were aliens that were trying to record me and follow me around and stuff. Long story short, in the dream, I get abducted by aliens. I was drugged. I escaped and I made it back, and then I woke up and I never had another dream about demons again. I think that I was an atheist like for a long time. I got over my fear of demons for many, many years, like 4 years. But 26 is when I really like connected the dots and was like, that's when it really hit home. Like demons just straight up are not real. This is just a scare tactic created by religion, and it worked on me. So anyway, that's my breakdown of it. Do you have another question for me?
Simply Grim Last asks, my comparative religions course is going to a JW Kingdom Hall in the morning, so we'll be able to ask elders some questions while they're low-key trying to convert us. Any pointed questions I should ask that they can't answer?
Oh man. I wish that I'd known that question before, because I would have put some really deep thought into it. I actually do. I do have some stuff for you here. I have some videos for this. All right, well, I know I've made multiple videos on this. I can only find the one at this immediate moment, but I will post the one video to you. I'll drop it in the special events channel. Go give that video a watch. There are a bunch of different questions. Like I said, I have 2 videos on it, so see if you can find the other one on it. Maybe I'll insert something about it in here later. But anyway, do you have another question for me?
For sure. The church had asked, do JWs believe there are 3 heavens like Christians?
No, they don't. It's not like really super. Well, I say it's not super complicated for Jehovah's Witnesses, but really it is. It's like outrageously complicated when you think about it. No, they don't believe in hell. They believe in a single heaven and God lives there, and 144,000 will basically be raptured to heaven instantly. And then they'll be given swords and shields and sent down to earth to kill every man, woman, and child alive who wasn't living up to Jehovah's standards throughout their life. That's pretty much the basis of their whole religious belief. It's kind of weird when you think about it. It's really weird.
New Schwartz had asked, what if a religion is practiced like a cult in some areas of the world, and is practiced more as a religion in other parts? Is it still classified as a cult?
This is why I usually like to drill down and get into certain specific churches. This was a common criticism for my Catholicism video, that it's a lot more laid back and relaxed in other countries than in America. But I don't really buy it, and let me tell you why. With this specific religion, with Catholicism specifically. Because the things that I criticized about Catholicism apply across the board. It's in every country. These aren't unique to America. You have to go to confession every month or every week or every day for some people. And if you do something wrong, which basically everyone has something to confess, they'll assign you penance. You have to rub the rosary beads and pray or whatever other thing. That is a mind-altering, thought-stopping mind control technique. That's Pavlovian conditioning happening. That's universal across all Catholicism. If it doesn't do certain things like that, for example, then it's a branch off of Catholicism. It's not Roman Catholics, for example. It's not full Catholicism, and we can talk about if that's a cult or not. But Catholicism, as a monolith, does those things. They pray the rosary. They confess. They have Catholic guilt. All these things are universal through the religion. If there's a single church that claims to be Catholic that doesn't practice this thing or that thing, then fine. Maybe that specific church is not a cult. But I'm very confident in calling Catholicism a cult. I say that with full confidence.
From Omega Riley, we had, have you heard about the YouTubers Union being headed by Jorg Spave? And if so, what do you think about their chances of actually being able to make a change?
YouTubers Union headed by Jorg Spave. I don't think I know of that. I've done more research into the YouTubers Union since this podcast, so I just wanted to add a little note at the end so that you guys are aware of my feelings on it. I think it could be extremely productive and extremely useful. Jorg Spave has 2.2 million subscribers, and they have a lot of power in this situation. I am all for this YouTubers Union. If you don't know of it, you should go look it up. It seems pretty interesting. Do I think that they're going to succeed in changing things? I don't know. I'm pretty confident in it, honestly. They could really cause some shitstorms. Now, I wasn't aware of the YouTubers Union when I did this podcast, so I decided to give some advice about networks in general. But bear in mind, this advice about networks does not apply to the YouTubers Union. They're two different things. This advice is sound about networks specifically, though, if you're a smaller YouTuber and you have offers on the table from networks. Networks are notoriously a really, really bad idea on YouTube. You really should not join networks. If you're a smaller YouTuber and you get approached by one, almost certainly a bad idea. They're almost certainly going to be taking advantage of you, and you probably shouldn't do it. As you become a bigger YouTuber, it's a little bit less of an issue, but still, it can get really, really crooked, and I would suggest you just steer clear of networks. Typically, they write up contracts, and in the contracts, they agree to give you this, and that thing, and you agree to give them 15% of your revenue. And that's ridiculous. Do not do that. It's not worth it. They could not offer you anything that would be worth 15% of your revenue over the next year. Oh my God. You know why they do that? 15% seems like a really, really tiny amount for some YouTubers right now. Say you're a YouTuber that's got 30,000 subscribers and you're making $500 a month from YouTube. 15% of that would be $75 a month, right? That's not that bad, right? $75 a month, and they'll set you up with advertisers and things like that. But you sign a year-long contract, and in a year, you're going to be significantly bigger than 30,000 subscribers. In a year, you're going to be at, who knows, 100,000 subscribers? 150, 200,000? Mr. Atheist went from 0 to 210 in a year. It's not worth it at all. That's how they get you. So you start making real money, like I don't know. I don't know what people make at, say, 500,000 subscribers. So let's say they make like 20,000 a month. Probably not that much, but say they do. 15% of 20,000 a month is $3,000 a month that this network's getting for what? For setting you up with advertisers who would want to court you anyways? Don't do it. Don't join networks. Oh, and one more thing here. I did notice that I got a super chat from, you guessed it, Omega Riley. My free $2 super chat thing from YouTube Red disappeared, and I'm a little salty. I was saving it for this. Oh well, everyone liked the podcast for me, okay? And he donated $5. Thank you, Omega Riley. You are the literal tits. Omega Riley's my biggest fan, by the way. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. He's the biggest fan.